I want to what? I want to build Legos with this Superman.
Me, if I get to be a Lego, that'll mean everything to me.
Please, Lego, make me a Lego. Make us a Lego.
I couldn't agree more, and it's frankly shocking to me that we haven't even gotten a single minifigure from this new Superman movie yet. So that's where I decided to start off, a single minifigure, Superman. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like this new suit when it was originally revealed, but it's definitely grown on me. He's got his red boots and trunks, his logo on his chest, and the Superman hairpiece. And then for the face print, I gave him a kind smile, as well as a laser-eyed look on the back. So here's the completed minifigure, and that's all well and good, but if I remember correctly, I believe what Mr. Cornsweat said was,
I want to build Legos with this Superman.
And so I don't think just a single minifigure is gonna cut it. So I began planning what to build, did some research, and sketched out a rough design of how I wanted the set to look. I decided to base this set off of the Fortress of Solitude, quite possibly the most iconic Superman location, and I'm honestly shocked it's never been a Lego set before. While designing, I wanted to make this a play set, with lots of references and play features, and still maintain the shape of the fortress. I began building up the exterior with light blue and transparent pieces, trying to really capture the icy, glassy look of the location, and I decided to design this as a melding of the comic and the movie version, specifically focusing on the interior and the entrance from the movie, and then the general shaping from the comic. The center of the exterior is the entrance, a large door which can hinge up, allowing your figures to walk inside, and then I also added a key here as an Easter egg from All-Star Superman, where Superman is the only one who's strong enough to lift the key. Around the outside, I began adding ice shards and large angled pieces to begin shaping out the build, and then made some walls on the sides attached to hinges, one of which will be used for a play feature in a little bit, so stay tuned. And speaking of play features, as I build up the second floor, I decided to build a jail cell. The idea is that you can trap villains in here, but also use these Technic pieces to let them escape, which brings us nicely to the next couple of figures, the villains. First is of course Lex Luthor. He's a pretty simple figure wearing a large gray coat and some sunglasses that he can menacingly take off as he struts into the fortress. And then I also included Ultraman, who ended up looking very similar to the black noir design I made from The Boys. He has a fully black suit with a gray belt and an Ultraman logo on his chest. So here's a look at the play feature in action, with Ultraman punching his way out of the icy cage. And then for the villains, I made a small plane build, and to help Superman in fighting them off, I made a figure of Gardner. Now, I know he didn't ever actually show up at this location, but I just couldn't resist making him, and I also made the figure before the movie came out and didn't want to just not include him, so hey, whatever. Lego sets are never perfectly accurate anyway. Moving back to the build, and at this point I've done a great deal on the interior, so now all I really have left to do is to add the printed pieces. So let's start off with the entrance. Walking in, the first thing you'll see is what I'll describe as the sunbathing area, where Superman can heal under these golden magnifying glasses. And helping him are these two Superman robots, who both have blue capes and the numbers 4 and 12 printed on their chest respectively. To the left is a hologram of Superman's Kryptonian parents above a container of kryptonite, and then on the side wall is a small kitchenette area. And here we have some dog treats for Krypto, a waffle, beef bourguignon with ketchup, and a calendar with Monday, April 18th circled on it. On the floor is a copy of Action Comics 1, inspired by the inclusion of a comic piece in Avengers Tower last year. All the way on the other side is a dog bed and some treats around it. And this is of course for Krypto, the design for whom is a pretty simple little white dog with a yellow collar and a red cape. And then above this area is a catapult that Superman can use to play fetch with Krypto. Then on the wall is a spring-loaded shooter, and this is the play feature that I had mentioned earlier. The wall can hinge down, allowing you to replicate Superman's laser eyes and shoot at the plane. The last little area of the set is this little seat and table, and on it is a Daily Planet newspaper, and next to the seat is a Superman mug, and then to the left is a coat rack with a brown coat hanging on it. But this coat doesn't belong to Clark, rather it belongs to the final figure in this set, Supergirl. She has a very similar suit to Clark, but with a skirt instead of trunks, and she uses the Hermione hairpiece and has a grinning expression as well as a yelling one. So that's about it for this set. Here's a look at the finished product, and here's a look at the box art that I designed for it. Anyhow, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this video. It is a bit of a shorter one, but I wanted to at least get something out for Superman. I also have a couple more superhero videos for the next couple of months that I have planned, and then in October I do kind of want to go all out for Halloween this year, so if you have any ideas for that, make sure to let me know. Anyhow, with that being said, have a great day and go build something awesome.